Here we go, we found a winner. It says worst rat bikes, a very popular category. Should it not be best rat?
I'd have thought so, but obviously not, no.
Right, I'm just looking at your brochure here.
Yeah.
Now, most people who build these, custom bike specials, this is a special, isn't it? Special to you,
It's special
isn't
to me, yeah.
Exactly
it is.
right. Most of them start with pictures of bikes in bits, and then they finish up with a lovely, finished piece. You've started off with a beautiful CBR 600.
Yeah.
And finished up with this.
Well, that's down to a 17-year-old reversing out his drive.
Is that what
in
happened?
front of me, wrote it off last year, yeah.
Right. So you decided to not rebuild it, but to make it into a rat?
Yeah, it wasn't too expensive. Well, obviously looking at it,
It's like it's worth
I
about
bought it about
30.
450 quid off the insurers and
Right.
just had fun with it, really.
So where's your... had you been drinking heavily, like, when you designed this or something? I mean, where's the inspiration come from?
Yeah, a few illegal substances and alcohol, yeah.
I mean, so what are you particularly proud of with this now, then?
The whole thing, really.
What's the actual, the bit that you say, that bit's great, I'm dead chuffed with that?
Perhaps the wax on the tank, I like
The
that.
wax?
Yeah, the wax,
Oh,
And
you
the
mean
melted carrier.
look at that, filthy
Yeah.
dirt. You must
Melted
get
carrier bags as well.
covered in crap every time you ride it. So this is won the worst rat or best rat?
Yeah, well, worst rat.
Worst
yeah.
rat, right.
Yeah.
So why is it won, do you think? I mean,
Unique.
why is
It's
it better than
different,
some of the
innit?
other rats?
I don't know, I mean, there's one there I thought it'd give me a run for my money, and it did. And I thought that one might win, but I don't know, it's down to the chap who's judging end of the day, isn't it?
It's very different. You must get some funny look. Do you ever get stopped by the police or anything like that?
Funnily enough, I've never been stopped with the police.
They wouldn't know where to start, would they?
Apart from this weekend.
How'd you go on with MOTs and things like that?
Flies through, everything's legal. Everything's legal.
Well, I'm sure it is. It's fantastic. So what's your plans now? Any more rats? Any more baby rats on the way,
Probably, hopefully. I'd like to do a rat trike,
Right.
rat one of them.
To tell you what would be a really, really difficult task now, convert this back to a CBR 600.
It would be a difficult task, it would, yeah.
You don't fancy
Yeah.
that?
No. I'd say a member of the Street Fighter Owners Club, I'd probably hand it over to them to do that for me.
Right, what, to cremate or something like that? Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever they can do with it.
Well, it's very good. It's certainly very different.
It's part of the family now.
Tony, just admiring your bike, it's absolutely fantastic. The first thing that caught my eye were those 8-pot calipers up the front. In fact, you've got 16 pots up the front. It does stop you, does it?
Well, 16, you just tip the brake and you stop you on a 5-pence, you know what I mean? Just stop you and that's it. You don't really need to press the back brake. Well, only in the wet.
But even that, you've got 4 pots on the back as well.
Yeah, well, like it stops you, you know what I mean? Like, as I said, it's there to, like, braking system, extreme of the extreme, but like, brakes are very important in a bike. It's been an 88-inch motor, big valve heads. It's built by Ness, Carl Speed Shop. So it's a quick enough motor. I mean, there's not so much back pressure. You probably need a set of performance pipes on it because I built the pipes myself.
Yes.
They're designed and made by myself. There's like a lot of hours and detail into it, but like you lack in performance because they're handmade. But then again, you know what I mean? The look is what you want, you know.
Tell us about those pipes. I know you said earlier that they're handmade, but I mean, you've actually made them in sections and then cleaned up the welds.
Yeah, I welded them all together with a MIG weld and then cleaned them and polished them with sort of emery cloth. And they're stainless steel welded, and then I sent them to London Chroming to be chromed, which gives you the effect, like the colour discoloration down the pipes.
Yeah.
It's the stainless steel and the chrome, the effect of the heat. I don't know what way, but it just turned out beautiful. You know, I didn't plan it, but that's the way it came. You know.
And tell us a bit about the rest of the engineering. I mean, that swing arm, I've never ever seen anything like that before. And you designed that, did you?
No, well, Technoplus have one, but then I asked them what they do, cutaway sections and all, and that was about 2-3 years ago, and now it's manufactured by them. I mean, it's not my idea, but like I just wanted a less solid swinging arm, which like they're a big company, they do a lot of billet stuff, and it's expensive, but it looks well and it handles well, and the bike is like basically suits the look, the flow of the pipe, meet the swinging arm, and suits the fender. You know what I mean? Like that's why I built them. You know.
No, it's absolutely incredible. And tell us a bit about the paint scheme. That paint scheme is absolutely fantastic.
The paintwork is sort of 15 separate photographs from J.R. Tolkien's work. He's an artist. Like a lot of people relate to him, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, like there's Gandalf on it, and like they would know the pictures. There's 15 of them. I displayed them out on the tank and on the fenders and all. And the painter, which is Matt and Brian from the House of Colour, which is, I reckon, is probably the best painters in the world. Maybe I'm overstepping my mark, but like it's one in the States, it's one Germany, best Airbrush, it won Wales, it won Waterford in Dublin. It's done very well, you know what I mean, for the paintwork stands out, you know.
And tell me, you mentioned in Dublin, and you've come from there just for the Rock and Blues, have you?
Yeah, well, I decided I was coming again this year, so I just hopped on the scooter. Last year it didn't run, the ignition blew, I transported it here, I told the people, the organisers and all, that it wouldn't run, it didn't go, I brought it here in the van. I was up front, but yeah, I still won Best in Show last year. I pushed it down to the field to collect my trophy, but this year I drove it, it runs, and I'll drive it through the field. If I can pick up another prize, well and good. If I don't, sure, I'm here anyway.
Yeah, so it's not show, it is go as well?
Oh yeah, it's go. I clean it, I drive it. Do you mean I clean the flies off it? I scratch it. You know what I mean? The tank is damaged. The frame underneath is all scraped from stones and stuff. It's used. It's not a practical everyday bike, but I still use it.
Now there are Triumphs and there are Triumphs, but this is a Triumph like you have never ever seen before. I've certainly seen nothing like this. I recognise the engine, Triumph 3-cylinder motor. In fact, the only thing that is Triumph on this is the engine and the front wheel. Everything else is, well, I don't know where it's from, but the engineering that's gone into this is quite stunning. Just look at these handlebars there. Look at that. There's not a switch, not a lever, not anything in sight. It's quite remarkable. And everything's very pointy. Pointy there, pointy backs on the headlamps. There's pointy little tops on the bolts there. Everything's got points on it. What is the point? I don't know, but it's fantastic. Single-sided swing arm. Again, great bit of engineering. The other side there, an exhaust or silencer. How quiet that will be, I'm not really sure, but I've never seen anything like it. Look at that hub on the back wheel. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. And this is just one of many. There's tons of them here.
Just because it's a custom show, it doesn't mean it has to be a Harley lookalike. You could have a BSA 810 with a nice non-BSA paint job. Or what about this Spondon Blade in patriotic colours with a 916 style seat unit but made from aluminium and then nickel plated? If you have a classic, how about a perfect BSA Royal Star? Into Street Fighters, how about this Harris Suzuki with a single-sided swing arm and 916 wheels? Or you could have a tidy bunny complete with magneto ignition. Even Ducatis aren't forgotten. You could have a Ducati Monster like this one, complete with nitro, spoke wheels and a fancy paint job to boot. You, excuse me putting it like that, but you don't look like the typical sort of biker that comes here. What's the attraction to you?
Everybody's here at a party. Great fun, great bikes. When you see what some of these guys do at the bikes, it's just unbelievable.
So are you a regular here?
Yeah, come every year. Yeah,
Right.
it's good.
And what do you ride yourself?
I've got a Harley Electric Glide,
Yeah.
couch.
So is it modified at all?
It's got lots of extras on it, but it's pretty standard.
Yeah.
It's plods. Plods.
So you're honest about it then?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's got a hinge in the middle. It doesn't handle, but it carries all the wife's luggage.
So, but for you, it's a good day, it's a party, and you just admire the engineering that's gone into these?
Yeah, it's a great weekend. You know, it's never any trouble, any hassle, and you see all different types of bikes. It's unbelievable. I mean, when you see, like the custom BMWs, down to scooters like sitting down there, it's tremendous. It's good.
Well, believe me, that was just a tiny, tiny sample of the Rock and Blues Custom Show. Tons and tons of stuff to see here. I've seen some wonderful bodywork today, and some of the bikes were quite nice as well. But they will all be back next year with more chrome, more fancy paintworks. And if perhaps you're looking for some inspiration to get you started on that one-off special project, then this is definitely the place to come.